ネギ味噌、味噌缶2つ、担々太麺でサンマ、ネギランチ、ネギ味噌、味噌缶が2つ、担々太麺でサンマ麺、味噌もう1個だな。全部で4だ。お願いします。
Maybe their success comes from them also running a vegetable shop. They serve up a large amount of vegetables. They're fresh and tasty. They're a vegetable shop too. I got served up this much, thanks to their big portions. Well, they also run a vegetable shop, so there's lots of veggies in there. I'm so full now. I love this place. Everything's tasty. It doesn't matter what you get. Ramen Marutomo. Starting from pre-opening preparations. A shop famous for its Tanmen, located in Fujisawa City, Kanagawa Prefecture. They're formerly a vegetable shop, so the ingredients are as fresh as they get and used in large quantities. The roasted pork is cut equally thick. These green peppers have a different shine. The better they look, the tastier they are. A sparkling kitchen as a sign of trust and safety. Kamiyama Masato, the manager. It's been 25 years, back since when I was a child. I was raised here while they were running the business. Is the menu still the same as back then? It hasn't changed a lot, I think. A few things were added, but most of it is still the same. What are some popular dishes? Tanmen sell really well. Tanmen, sanmamen, miso-based dishes, green onion miso ramen. What's the majority of your customer base like? Lots of people are from around here, and people who've been coming here for years. We get lots of those guests, many regulars. How has COVID affected you? We felt it a lot in the beginning, but things have gradually gone back to normal, I guess. But at first, your shop was impacted? We had to shorten business hours. It was really irregular, but restrictions were lifted steadily, so... Did you decide to join the family business right after school? Actually, there were other part-time jobs. I worked at a Japanese restaurant and did some other stuff too. I also learned about Western cuisine. Back then the timing was right, and I ended up joining them here. Do you ever get into arguments with your parents? Not that much. My sister does though. She really likes getting into arguments. Is she here today? I think she'll show up any minute now. When are you busiest? During lunchtime. And recently the time after lunch. Around 2 or 3 p.m. is also kinda busy. What kind of guests would those be? I'm too busy shanking the wok, so I don't really know. But why at that time, I wonder? Is the shop open throughout the day? Yes, it is. But on weekends, we take a break from 3 to 5 p.m. What's the reason? We're understaffed. What time do you get here in the morning? I get here after 8:30. And what time do you leave at night? Last orders are at 10. So we close after that and clean up. The pandemic, Kamiyama Masayuki, the boss, didn't cause us any problems at all. The financial aid really saved us there. It really did. The guests also kept drinking. And we're not a shop that likes to complain. But it really helped. Do you also sell fruits and vegetables? We do. Originally, my parents ran a vegetable shop for 50 years. And I ran a ramen chain shop. My father's place happened to be available, so he asked me if I'd like to run a shop myself. In the beginning, at the start, right? We didn't have this many fruits and vegetables lined up like this. Cause you go stock up at the daily market, right? You go there either way, so... But he asked if he could just leave some here. So that's how everything started. We stuck with that. If we don't put them here, the guests also wonder what's wrong. So in the beginning, we served ramen, and as a rice-based dish, fried rice. We started out with about that much. It's nothing compared to now. Now we got around 80 different meals on the menu. We're so thankful for that. Everything's always been exactly the same. Things don't get better, things don't get worse. It just stays the same. The first month after opening up, or rather the year, we had a certain amount of motivation, I think. It's always stayed the same, and we're grateful for all the guests that have been coming ever since. How do you keep sales high? To be completely honest, for me personally, why? Well, we had this conversation just yesterday. We talked about why we get that many guests. What makes our shop good? We don't know really. We're just doing the obvious on a daily basis. And of course, we're careful when it comes to taste and other things. But even if we prepare everything carefully, as part of our daily business, the guests might get bored, and we could lose them. Sticking to the same formula and a good taste isn't all there is to it. For most guests, the staff attending them must also be good. We also really feel that. We always have a word or two of conversation. Other than taste, what else are you careful about? What else am I careful about? As long as the guests leave satisfied with the thought of having had a tasty meal, if they're able to leave like that, that's all we need. Nothing's really changed in our 24 to 25 years of business, so that's what we want to maintain. I'm really convinced we get lots of great people here as guests. I can really feel that. The boss's granddaughter. How old are you? I'm 3. She's actually 2. The two of them are a wonderful sight. Lots of tasty looking vegetables lined up. Nana-san, the poster girl. I've been helping out ever since I was a little child. I was always following Grandpa around. We went to the market and I've been helping with the vegetables ever since. Since I was 4 or 5 maybe. Ramen and working here part-time, that started when I was in my first year of high school. What's tough about this job? It's always tough. Even if there's nothing to do, you get tired. And if it gets busy, it's like you gotta make your brain run fast. The way I need to work changes depending on what I gotta do in the shop. But I'm here in the middle. Not making the ramen myself, but receiving orders, placing the dishes on the counter and calling out. And maybe adjusting the amount. I didn't expect it to be this busy. I was surprised. What are you especially careful about? Avoiding mistakes. And not getting any orders wrong are what's most important to me. Because then we gotta make people wait. Also making the dishes look tasty. And thinking about how everyone else is moving. And maybe checking with a glance. What makes you happy? What makes this job fun? Of course, seeing the guests' satisfied faces makes me happy. Or when familiar guests and old-time regulars tell me how tasty the food was. If they can leave with a smile, I'm happy. What's the boss like? He's energetic, even though he's old, but I want to say, he's got a young person's attitude. He's like a friend. We often talk. Does he ever get mad? We fight every day. Every day we get into arguments. My dad also complains a lot, so when I'm busy and not flexible, and he bothers me about something that's not my mistake, we end up arguing back and forth. There's also the fact that he owns this business, which I really respect him for. He's my father, but seeing him as a business owner, it's amazing how we're running such a big, thriving business as a family. I think it's just great. Minced meat used for mapo tofu and other dishes. A strong flame is important for stir-frying. Yahagi-san, staff. This is my 4th year here, more or less. What's your role after the doors open? I work the hall. Looks like a fun workplace. What's the trick to working efficiently? I think a lot about where to sit a group of people, depending on how many they are. Maybe the next group is going to be a big one, so it might be a good idea to put a pair of guests at the counter. That may be an approach. The thing I pay most attention to is making as much seating available as I can, especially when there's a long queue outside. Everybody's the same, aren't they? The boss and the owner are great people. They do a lot of good. The boss is like a second father to me. He really helped me a lot, so I want to keep up and put extra thought into my work. Gyoza sell well, so making them by hand would be too slow. How many do you make? 6 or 7 of these trays. Fresh gyoza are made daily. The filling is needed at the same time. What's special about these gyoza? Not a lot of garlic is used these days. We, on the other hand, keep our original taste. Their old school flavor comes with garlic. These are for the miso soup in the teishoku. What's this kimpira for? It's a side dish. 1 pack is 120 yen. We got pumpkin, memma, and kimpira, and also kimchi. Pumpkin is a popular one. It's tasty, as a little snack. Some people only come to buy these. The popular pumpkin. Where did the name of the shop come from? My father is originally from around here. He was called Tomoji, so back in the day he ran a farm or something and sold the vegetables he grew at the market. So whenever he had to sign something, he would just write Tomo with a circle next to it. So the reason he did that is because many folks in the country share the same last name. So if he were to write his last name, people wouldn't know from where he was. I've heard similar stories before. With the Tomo and the circle, people would call him Marutomo-san. So I thought it was a great name when I heard the story. So I named the shop Marutomo. I've always liked that name, Marutomo. Have the rising material costs affected you? So the way we stock up is, you see, my parents ran the vegetable shop, and then there's my younger brother, who took over that shop. We get the vegetables directly from there. Yeah, the rising prices, but it's also the weather, they say. Fruits, vegetables have all gone up. Everything has, really. The meat vendors and grocery stores have all been saying the same thing. Have you raised the prices on the menu? We changed them once this year, but even then we can't break even. Come here next time and they'll be higher again. Restaurants are struggling to cope with rising costs. Preparing memma. Hachimaki rolled and on standby. Opening of the shop. There are as many as 80 dishes on the menu. As soon as her voice sounds, the kitchen is put into motion.
はい、1個、2個。2個。
Fried rice.
それじゃあセットだーい。はーい。今通ります。
最後、五目焼きそば。はい、じゃあ置いちゃいますね。はい。
五目焼きそば。Green onion miso ramen. Stir-fried liver and garlic chives. Tanmen. A whole bunch of slips.
味噌もう一個だな。全部で4だ。ハンマースタンプで1個お持ち。1000セット、中華、ジャージャー麺。
Tenshindon. Tenshindon set.
願いします。
Ramen.
150札ありました。ある？はい。じゃあ中辛。
Chicken and green onion ramen.
肉そば、あとチャーハンセットがね、2つ。チャーハン大盛り、五目うまに、かどちゃんチャーハンセット3つ、大盛りチャーハン。
ジャージャー麺。
はい。タンメン
今まで一緒だけど、あれなんだよ。
お願いします。
はい。
父さん、タンメンやってる？はい。
美味しそう。行きます。はい。テーブル8番。はい。五目まにしてる。
五目うま煮。There are lots of people who just come to get the side dishes. Vegetable stir fry. Takeout is also available. Let's talk to some guests.
よくいらっしゃるんですか？
Now and then, yeah. Miso ramen. It's gotten cold, so miso ramen is a good choice. It's good and pretty big. It's really tasty here.
の理由ってどういうところだと思われますか？
I guess they can make these huge portions because they also run the vegetable shop. Compared to other places, the dishes come with lots of vegetables. It's tasty, and I'm full. Do your best and stay successful. You can count on our support. Even for a vegetable shop, they're flourishing.
お店は何回目ぐらいなんですか？
I can't count how many times I've been here. It's gotta be 100 at this point. Today, I got Ramen, my go-to meal. And then also Tanmen, stir-fried liver and chives, motsu green onion ramen, and gomoku yakisoba. We're satisfied. And look at this. We got some souvenirs too. They'll serve you a mountain of veggies. Because they're also a vegetable shop. I got served up this much thanks to their huge portions. What makes them succeed? Their service is also great, and the taste too. Feels like home, doesn't it? They're also child-friendly. It's just a great place. One of our favorites. Do your best. 1, 2. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Chinese bowl. Some ramen. Chicken and green onion donburi. The amount of vegetables is otherworldly. Nothing tops Tanmen made by a vegetable shop.
Hey, come on! Hey, we got it.
Miso ramen.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
お願いします。ランチ、ネギ味噌、味噌タンが2つ、タンタンを太麺でサンマ、ネギランチ、ネギ味噌、味噌タンが2つ、タンタンを太麺でサンマ麺。
How busy are you today? We're always full right after we open at 11. It's a full house. It's a blessing, and we're really thankful. The cold seasons are better for us. Any tips on how to work efficiently? I'm cooking up a large number, so when being in charge of the noodles, it's important to avoid stretching and letting them get soft. If your timing isn't on spot, those points might be difficult to get right. Miso Tanmen.
お願いします。ネギ味噌が2つ、1個大盛り、野菜炒め。お願いします。
The parking lot is constantly full. 角煮丼。
お願いします。
すみません、はい、はい、お待たせしました。ネギ味噌ラーメンで、はい、これでね、はい、失礼します。
千方。はーい。お願いします。トマト2個1、もつネギ、あとじゃがいも、味噌、もつネギ、じゃがいも。ハンバーグ来るからもうお願いします。
カツ丼。グリーンオニオン味噌チャーシュー麺。
ワンセットのネギ味噌で、はい、持っていただいていいですか。はい、すみません、はい、お願いします。
Fried rice set. My company is close by, so today I got the Sanma-men lunch set. Perfect score for the size alone, especially the Tanmen, even though I got Sanma-men today.
かなりお野菜多いですよね。
It's full of vegetables. The menu is incredibly extensive. And then the size. Just looking at the menu is fun. There's so much to look at.
何だと思われますか？
The atmosphere is great too. Grandma wasn't here today though. She's got good vibes. I also buy vegetables here on occasion. I think it's because of the menu, the size, and the taste. As always, thank you for having me, even at night. I'm glad they're open till late. The costs of materials, such as oil, have really spiked recently. Despite that, thank you so much for keeping these low prices. Don't give up. Buying some vegetables right after finishing your tanmen sounds great. All of the vegetables sold are fresh.
最高ですね。激辛で。お願いします。
The looks of the food are also considered, as these dishes are arranged beautifully.
はい、おそはい、ありがとう はい、3万円。秋3万。
お願いします。餃子が丸さん、味噌、タンメン、サンマ、チャーハンセット、中華丸が2つ。はい。これ辛口ぐらい。
はい、どうぞ。
いいから。
はい、すいません、お待たせしました。チャーハンセットですね。はい。はい、ごめんなさい。はい、すいません、ワンタンですね。はい。
One Tanmen.
以上で大丈夫ですか。
Mapo eggplant teishoku.
麻婆ナス定食ですね。
Ginger fry.
餃子が1枚。
Motsu miso ramen.
タンメン、サンマ2つ、チャーハン2つ。
This is what the menu looks like. It's so extensive. It's my third time, I guess. Motsu green onion miso ramen. I'm absolutely satisfied. I love this place. Everything tastes great. Doesn't matter what you get. The staff are also pleasant. I feel like coming here on a regular basis. I'll come again. Aji fry teishoku. Let me get something too.
タンメン2つ、ロースカツ。
Gyoza. I added some vinegar and pepper. Tanmen. Tanmen plus gyoza equals tangyo. Too good. All that cabbage is really refreshing. A perfect complement to the noodles. The vegetables alone weigh in at 500 grams. The soup soaking up the flavor is just amazing. Everybody, let's get our daily dose of veggies with these tanmen. Tanmen coming from a vegetable shop is just a brilliant concept. I can't get to the noodles with all the vegetables in the way. These thick noodles are well curled, chunky, and just delicious. I come here now and then. Today I ate potato and thin sliced pork stir fry. I also got motsu miso ramen. It was mouth-watering. So big and so tasty. It's the size and the flavor, and their prices aren't that high either. You can eat till you're stuffed. What makes them succeed? Maybe their success also comes from them running a vegetable shop. They serve up a large amount of vegetables. There's just so much on top. Really fresh and tasty. I think that's what most people get stuck on. Keep making that tasty food of yours. We'll come as often as we can. Let us get something tasty again next time. Any plans for the future? We've come a long way. from here on, I'll pass the baton to my son. So I have no idea in what direction my son will take the shop. Do you have any expectations? I do. There are some things I expect him to do, but he doesn't have to work like crazy. That's not what I expect. Just keep the guests coming and relax. He shouldn't overwork himself. That's the way I feel. I'll keep on going for another 5 or 6 years and then pass the baton to my son, and I guess that's where my involvement ends. How do you imagine the future of the shop? I want to get hired full-time and earn enough money to live. Will you keep working here? I'm still thinking about that. There are some other things I'd like to try. It's not like there's no other work for me. Someone is already interested in hiring me, and they say I can come anytime. But I'm still torn. How do you picture the shop's future? I want to expand the business by increasing branches. I've got that kind of vision. About 2 or 3 new shops. One by one, will grow larger. I think that's the best course. Your oldest son is in elementary school? He's in kindergarten. His sister is in elementary school. Do they know what you're doing for a living? They always come to play in the mornings, or on holidays. Do they ever talk about wanting to run the shop? My son says things like that sometimes, but about that, I'm already excited to see the son take over the business. A lovely shop held together by great family ties. Definitely come again. Please support them with a comment. Extra scene after this. What do you do when you don't work? I like fishing. Ocean fishing. I go almost every week. Yeah, on a boat. I drive the boat, yeah, but I don't really catch anything. That's the only thing I really enjoy. How do you spend your time off? I just play with my kids. Did you go anywhere recently? To Disneyland. We've been wanting to go for a long time, but we always called it off because we couldn't go. But we finally managed to go, and it was so much fun. How do you spend your time off? I just sleep, or buy my daily necessities. I'm really close with one of my seniors, so I sneak off to her house.